there. This is Live Prepper here. And on Facebook, I have World of Joan. And now we are doing JOAN SEED series. Don't you just love my hat I made? What better way to show what I feel about plants if I'm wearing them? Now, the thing is, there's all different types of seeds out there. And I have people asking me questions about it. And I'm every day asking questions. Now, you have the seeds that you yourself harvest, that you know where they come from. This here is mullet seeds right here that I'm going to plant in my yard. And I know where I harvest these from. I knew they grew out in the wild, and they are organic. So this is no hybrids, no genetics, no nothing. Same here. This here is plantain seeds. I let a batch of my plantain grow to seed size in the yard. So that way when I plant these this year, I can fix me a organic bed of plantain plants that grows wild. Everybody's always cutting them down and pulling them up. I wanted a good isolated batch for the purpose of my herbs. So now we're going to talk about the different types of seeds. Now, this one here says herb on it. It's just from one of the stores I picked up. Now it says True Lavender. Okay, the thing is, when we're looking at seeds, we're looking at different types of what is labeled on them. The different so people's looking and say, well, I don't want GMO. The thing is, with seeds like this, it don't say it on the packs. If it don't say non-GMO or anything like that, you cannot be 100% certain that this here is a non-GMO plant. Chances are it's ours. But the thing is, they're not saying anything about it. Now I've got this big old pile here. So then I have what's called heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds means this here seeds that come from original type of plants. Original plants, this here was not GM changed or was not a hybrid or anything like that. This here is, like I said, heirloom. Now I like looking for heirlooms if I can find them, because then I know that this here is a heirloom one. So always, like I say, look on the back of the labels and see what it says. Another thing is thinking about the type of seeds you want. And that can make a lot of difference on it. If what you eat. Planting things that you don't eat is a waste. Now, I'm going to plant a few things this year to give to my friends. But now, like here, this is two different types of sunflower seeds I've got from different places. Again, on the back, it don't say anything about being non-GMO. It just talks about how it grows, and partnering. So you just, like I say, these seeds here, chances are, have been exposed to bug spray. So that's what you're looking at. And that's something else you got to consider. Now I bought me some okra this year. Okra is high producing. When these packs do not say non-GMO on them, if they don't say organic or heirloom, you don't for certain. And if you don't harvest them yourself or you don't get them from somebody that harvests the seeds, you do not know exactly where they come from. This one here says organic. Organic simply means it was raised without bug spray. Now, I raised my stuff organic. I did a video last year on making my stuff and everything and spraying it. And I probably will do it. I might do a new one this year of it and break it down into two separate ones and show you one with just the food and one with just the bug spray on it. And I may not. But again, even though this is organic, there is no 100% guarantee that this is not a GMO plant or a hybrid. There's no guarantee in it. When you're doing research on seeds, if you want to get back to your heirlooms and the original seeds and all this non-hybrid ones and all this, then do some research on which ones you actually want. There are so many different names on it, but even if this in here had been genetically modified, I would prefer to have this organic one over some of these other seeds that I've got, because I really don't know for certain anything about them. So that's just a lot of looking at. I mean, the thing is, you can harvest your own seeds and save them for the following year. And that's the best thing to do if you're a beginner. Save your first batch of seeds you got. And when you are saving seeds, pick out the best seeds. Don't go with the smallest one or the scrawniest one. Save the best ones. The okra here is a constant producing one, and I will take it and I will take some of the pods and I will save the seeds myself and dry them and bag them, and I'll have them for use next year. And I might even use some of them in trading with some people, for some other seeds or something. And you can do that. If you can find a seed swapping area, that's good. So that's a lot to think about. When you are looking at all these seeds, no matter what brand they are, read what's on them. Most of them don't say anything about GMO stuff, and of course they're not going to, but you'll see in these stores, and there'll be a sign up above them saying non-GMO plants. Well, what's the difference between a hybrid and a GMO? Well, that falls in interpretation of what you think it is, but what a hybrid basically is back in the time, botanists and plant people, and who was really truly all about trying to give a good quality of a plant, would take, say you got 2 different tomato plants, and one of them is less seeds, but it don't get as big, but the other one's more seeds and gets bigger, but it's got a little more acid. So what they do is they take a cutting of the leaf of the plant from the other one, and they put it in there into this cutting, wrap it up, and they transfer it, and they create this hybrid plant like that. They're doing that naturally by doing all that. There's a difference on it. So like the daylily. The original daylily is the orange one. There's so many hybrids out there. If you're choosing to raise daylilies for the purpose of being able to eat the flowers or getting medical benefits from the inflammatory part on it or things, do your research and decide which daylily would be best for you. I would prefer the original one. Some of the other daylilies do not have as many health benefits as the original one. So that's something you need to look at. Look and research and decide what you want as a plant. You can get the hybrids. There's nothing wrong with some of the hybrids. They was done centuries ago, before all this GMO stuff really started kicking into gear in the early 90s and the 80s and all that stuff, when they started putting everything under the microscope and started creating controlled labs and stuff. So the problem is with the GMO ones is they genetically modified them to be bug resistance and all this other stuff, and they're supposed to last longer and need less water and all that. The problem is that because of that, they spend more money each year putting more bug spray on this stuff because and chemicals and things on these plants because they genetically modify. That is the difference between that and a simple hybrid plant that a farmer or a botanist created so they could have a better yielding crop. They didn't go and do the lab. They didn't create it to be more bug resistant. They were just trying to create a better plant, a better producing plant to create more food. That was the basic area there for that. So there's a big difference in it. So you just think about it. Now, like I said, I harvest this. This here's my mullet, and I'm going to plant some of them, and I'm going to raise them to take the flowers and things there. The plantain, of course, is something that's an antibacterial. I will harvest the leaves, and I will dry them and use them. Same with this here. And each flower that I've chose, each plant, like the flower here, I will harvest the flowers and dry them because I want to use them for some other things. I can use the flowers as a tea and things like that. And even this here has some benefits. So this is from JOAN SEED. Choose your seeds. Decide what you want. They have sections in there that says non-GMO in the stores. But nonetheless, you need to research and decide what you want as a plant and decide which route you want to go. Now, I want to tell you, I ordered some from the mail. I ordered some lavender last year, and they never even come up. And I looked at it, and I was thinking about ordering some more lavender because mine didn't come up. And I read that several people said theirs did not come up. So it makes you wonder if They had maybe did a lot of chemical spraying on the seeds or whatever it is. Most people, every one of them had a pretty well bad report on it. That's something to think about. If you're going to order off of a website, make sure be careful which site you go to and read the reviews before you decide whether you want to order from that company or not. It may not be what you want. So this is JOAN SEED here with my little hat. I'm learning with you and you're learning with me. So join me as we learn more. This is Life Prepper, World of Joan, and today I am JOAN SEED. Be safe, be happy. Bless you all.